What's up, fellow gamers? Today we're playing a game called Timberborn. This is a game I've watched a few other YouTubers play. It looked to be really cool. I wanted to come check it out myself. I am new to it, so be a little gentle on me. For those of you that have played it a bunch, I already know how a lot of this works. And what we need to do first is unlock the Iron Teeth Beavers, and in order to do that, we need to get their well-being up to level 15. Now, this little symbol up top over here currently shows their well-being at being 0. So what we're gonna do to start here, we're gonna pause this, and we are going to go down to this tab down here, open this up, and then select in order to put in a path. And what we need to do is give them paths that they can walk down. Now, if you look over here, there's a set of stairs, and then up above the stairs, there's all these trees. What we want to do is tell them to go get all those trees and start chopping down some wood. This way they can start building. So we'll get this path in over here. We'll put a path in right here, and then connect it here. So the first thing we want to do after that is go into this little wood tab down here, and we're going to go place a lumberjack flag. And what this is going to do is this is going to tell the beavers where we want them to go ahead and start gathering any logs from. So now that we have those placed, we go into the cut trees tab, and we tell them to go ahead and cut down all of these trees. Now everything inside of that green area that they can cut, they will go ahead and cut that down for us and start collecting it. So I think the next thing we actually want to do here, why don't we go ahead and give them another path on this side. We'll just connect these two paths up real quick. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw another lumberjack flag or two down here. Let's put one there and one about here. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and mark these trees to get cut down too. Mark tree cutting and go ahead and cut those down. All right, so one of the main things we want to do here is to make sure that they have food and that they have water. This way they can stay alive, obviously. So in order to do that, what we're gonna do here is we're going to click on the water tab, and you'll see we have the option to have a water pump. And this pump pumps and filters waters for beavers to drink. And the bad water contamination slows down its pumping speed. So we don't want to be pumping bad water is what they're saying. So now that we've placed those, we just have to connect them with a path. That little corner is going to drive my OCD wild, but that's okay. And then we'll also give them a spot over here. If we go into the storage tab, we can choose this small tank, and this small tank stores liquid. So as they pump out the water, they will also go ahead and store it somewhere for us. So we're gonna go ahead and start with 4 for now. Let's go ahead and unpause the game, let them start rolling around. As you can see here, we have some adults, and then we also have some baby beavers, and you can click on them, and it tells you, one, that they're homeless, tells you how old they are. He's 3 years old. How good his hunger is doing, how good his thirst is doing, how well rested he is, whether or not he has a home, which none of them have a home currently, so they'll just sleep outside. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna pause these two flags. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I did that wrong. I wanted to build them, but I don't want anybody working at them yet. Okay, so as you can see, we already got a beaver sitting right here. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that name. And he's working here at this flag, and he's running over, chewing down some of the trees, and then carrying the logs and dropping them in there. We will build him a bigger storage here momentarily in a little bit, once we get some of the other priorities down. And this guy's chomping away too over here. He's probably the guy working with the other flag. Yeah, he's working at that flag right there. Okay, you see right here, they're starting to get this building built already. If I click on it, it'll tell you that it requires 12 logs, and they brought 2 over so far. And this guy is now carrying that over, dropping it in there, smacking away with his hammer. And this guy's coming in behind him to come assist too. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and put a food gathering flag here. And we're gonna click on this, and we're gonna tell them to prioritize picking these berries once it gets up and built. And here you go. By the end of the first day, we already got one of them up and going. So this little tab right here allows us to set the priorities of how what are the words I'm looking for how. And as you guys can see, now that it's nighttime, we just got a bunch of beavers laying down here sleeping on the ground. Look at how cute the babies are though. That's pretty nice. Pretty cool. Alright, so they finished these 3 pumps already, which is great. As you can see, they are just pumping away at their wood there. And currently, it looks like they are working on the water storages up here. So that'll be really cool to see them get those in pretty soon. Ah, yes. Okay, so now they completed the first one. And as you can see by the symbol here, it's telling us, what do you want to store inside of there? It says no good is selected. So I gotta click on this little tab here and tell them to hold water inside of there. And I gotta do that for each and every one of them. All right, so they're just about done here. And if you look up top of this little tab here, it shows that we have 9 adults and we have 3 children. If we actually click on it, it'll show us where all of them are working at, what their current well-being status is. But we want to increase this population. And in this folktales version, what we need to do is build them housing in order to house enough people for them to go ahead and make more beavers for us. Each one of these holds 3. 2, 3, 4. We currently gave them 8. And we'll connect all these buildings with a path going right down the center for now. And that'll allow us to get up to 18 beavers. As long as we keep enough food and water for them though. We currently don't have a farm to grow food. We'll build a farm here, I think, since this is a nice green area. Oh yeah, as you can see, so they're starting to put the water inside of these tanks already too. As this guy's over here building this last one, him as well. The guys that are pumping the water are starting to go ahead and carry it over to the tank to get that filled up. So that's good. Oh, we had another baby grow up. Now we are up to 10 adults and 2 children. So these guys have chopped down almost all these trees right here already. And they take a little bit of time to grow back. If I click on one of these, it tells you it takes 12 days to grow back, which is currently 27% of the way done, and will provide us with 2 logs. And then if you look up here, we're only on day 4, so we have a long time left until this wood's going to regrow. And then also over here, they're starting to run out over here too as well. So what we want to prioritize now is finding more wood. We do have a small patch over here we can cut down, but I think what we need to do is build a dam right about here somewhere, and that allows us to get over here to these larger trees. So these larger trees, these are oaks, and they take 30 days to grow, but they have 8 logs inside of each one of them. So this is a lot of wood over here, as you can see. Let's focus on getting over there. We'll just build a little path like there for now to start. And then we're gonna move into this tab. This landscaping tab will allow us to go and pick out a dam. There you go. And then we're also just gonna run a little cheeky path right across the top of that for now. Oh, I see we don't have this path connected. All right, I tell you what, right now we have enough housing for them. We're gonna pause them building these next few buildings for now. Tell them to come on over here and prioritize building this dam. This is what's gonna give us access to go ahead and get the rest of this wood over here. We have this area left right here, and each one of these requires 20 logs. And I don't know that we have enough left out here. Tell you what, let's high prioritize building this too. Okay, so this right here, this is telling us our well-being just went up. Our well-being is now at level 3. It says your beavers are happier than ever. You have reached a new well-being high score, and we got that for putting all of them inside of houses over here. So because now they all have houses, we can click on each one of the beavers, and because they got shelter, their well-being has went up. So this guy's well-being is currently 4, and as you can see from this right here, it tells us that his movement speed is now 5% faster, and at well-being 12, he'll get 15% faster speed. So the higher we get it, the faster they work, the longer they live. Our well-being's already gone up to 4. Our goal is to get this all the way up to 15 here during this video. So I want to make some really happy beavers. Let's increase the number of workers to help us build right now, since we're waiting on trees to grow, and we'll open up this water pump temporarily. Oh, see, he's giving me a symbol here saying, I don't know what to do. Nothing to do in range. We forgot to mark these to get cut. So we'll go back into this cut tree tab, and we'll label this whole area right here. Go ahead and cut those down. Now they got something to do. This is pretty nice over here too, because this is a short distance for them to go ahead and run and drop the logs off to build this dam over here. So we're off to a pretty good start so far. I'll tell you what, since all these trees are chopped down over here, I'm gonna go ahead and pause these 2 jobs. This will free up some beavers to go work some other places. Yeah, so this is back full of 4 workers. We have somebody working the food. Yes, we do. That's important right now because we currently only have 1 pieces of food. We need this guy to work a little hard. Come on there, little beaver. Pick those berries. So how are they getting on over here? They currently have 16 out of 20 of the logs that they need. And that's on the second piece. So they still need another 60 in order to finish. I don't think there's 60 of them there because each one of these is only 1 log. Let's go ahead and fast forward and let them chop all this down real quick. So they currently are about halfway done with the last one. Looks like we will have enough wood to finish that, which is perfect. Because now we need to set some flags up over here to tell them to chop and pick some berries. So let's go ahead and go into this wood tab. We'll put a gather flag there. Made a few little adjustments over here. We moved the path over. So we put 3 gather flags over here. We're gonna have 2 of them. Go ahead and chop down some wood over here. And this guy is also gonna collect the berries, because as you can see, there's some berries out there. And our food is back at 0 again. This is not good. We need to get a farm going soon, but we need the wood to build the farm. Kind of a catch-22. All right, so we have that whole area highlighted now. They didn't finish this last piece? No, they'll have it done in the morning though. Go ahead and fast forward through the nighttime. They should be finishing this up momentarily. They gotta get 3 more logs, 2 more logs. Last one, here we go. Swing that hammer, get that done. Now go build those gathering flags. All right, what I think we wanna work on next is getting a farm or 2 down here. Put 1 there, and we'll put 1 here. And the reason I put them there is because the food can only grow inside of this green area. So all this area that's kind of like all destroyed, You can't actually grow food on there. You can only grow it where the green and the water is. So we want to build these right off of the green to maximize the amount of space that we can actually build. And we are going to tell them to plant crops. If I go into this tab, we have a choice between carrots, sunflowers, potatoes, wheat, and then cattail and spatterdocs. But the cattail and spatterdocs need to be built underwater. So we're gonna go half carrots, or do something like that for carrots with something to plant there. And then we're gonna do potatoes on this side. And that should be a good sized farm to get going there. Once they get these built, get that food planted, we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna unlock these and tell them to build these in the rest of these houses. Because currently our population is only gonna be able to be maximized with the amount of housing we have for them. And we need more beavers in order to start progressing here. Nice, and they just finished the first farmhouse right here. As you can see now, we got 2 beavers running outside and starting to plant us some food. They're planting the carrots, which takes 4 days to grow, and each one of these is gonna provide us with 3 carrots. So hopefully in 4 days we should be pretty decent on food again for a little while. How's this guy getting on? So he's almost finished over here. He's only got 3 more things of berries he can pick till he's out. So once he finishes picking those, we'll pause his station just until they regrow for a little while. Let him go work on something else. Yeah, so now that this guy's berries are all gone, we're gonna go ahead and pause his job. You can go get a job somewhere else now, buddy. He's gonna go pump some water right away. Nice, very nice. All right, looks like they have all these carrots planted too, and now they're starting to work on the potatoes. And the potatoes are gonna take 6 days in order to grow, and it's only gonna give us 1. But we can cook those if we go ahead and get a grill. So if we get a grill, we can take 1 potato, and in 0.52 hours, it'll turn it into 4 grilled potatoes. I was gonna say baked potatoes, but I would have been wrong. And this is also going to, you see down at the bottom where it says nutrition, grilled potatoes. This also helps increase their well-being. This is why we wanted to do multiple different kinds of food right here. Yeah, and these guys over here, they've almost picked all these berries as well. We are down to 14 food. We need that farm to grow. Let's go check up on that real quick. They started planting about here somewhere. Yeah, they're only 26% of the way done. All right, I think what we want to look into next is building some of these research centers. So if you notice, a lot of these are locked. In order to unlock them, you need science. In order to get science, you have to build one of these. They're calling them just an inventor. So let's call it an inventor cabin. And you send some beavers off in there to work, and they just sit in there and think all day long about how to make new advancements in life. Tell them to build some of those next. And then I think we're gonna come over here. And over here, we'll tell them to put a grill down. I'll tell them to put a grill down right there. That currently only requires logs. Oh man, we got a bunch of hungry beavers. See the little hunger signs above them? We're down to 11 food and it's dropping fast. I think we're gonna hit 0. We're out of food.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
These are only a third of the way grown. So as you can see there, we just got a warning for a drought approaching, and it makes this bar flash. In 2.9 days, a drought's gonna approach. And this is why we built the dam over there out in the river. So the dam here is gonna lock the water in, and if you come up over here, there's a little bit of a decline here. Try to get a better angle there for you. A little bit of a decline here, so this is where the water will stop. So from here down to that dam, it'll lock the water in during the drought. That's gonna allow us to go ahead and continue keep growing all the food here inside of our farmland, as well as the food that's over here. Oh, our food's just growing in now. It's good because everybody's super hungry. We're gonna start losing beavers. Come on guys, work faster, get everybody fed. All right, we just gotta live through one more night. I think for now, we're gonna tell them to go ahead and build some more water storage here. So let's go back into this storage tab real quick. We will select the small tank. We're gonna place 4 more of them right here. And then we do need to connect them all with a path again. Now that they're connected, we select them one by one. Tell them we want them to store water inside of here. Water that one too, this one, and the final one. And they're just rinsing this food as fast as they can harvest it. And the beavers are just running in and chowing it all up. That's right though, once we get these potatoes grown, which they're 67% of the way done, we're gonna go ahead and cook them in here. We have the recipe already set to grilled potatoes, and then that's gonna give us a lot more food. This building can hold 120, it looks like, so that's good. We are starting to run out of wood over here, and we got 2 trees back over on this side. Oh, we got quite a few growing back over here, so we can send them back over here for the time being. That'll work. Nice. So I think the food's all caught up now, and our well-being just got increased to 5. Oh yeah, third of the way there already, baby. Still quite a few carrots for them to pick here too. How are our potatoes getting on? 86% on that one, 87 on that one. Not too shabby. Our drought's gonna start here in half a day. We almost got the rest of these water tanks here built too, so that'll be good. Here we go. Our first drought's go ahead and start it. and it is going to last for 3 days. So we gotta hope we have enough water here for 3 days. What we do want to do is actually tell these guys to pause because we don't want them to pump out all that water. Actually, I can let that run just until this starts to dry up. Once this dries up right through here, then we're gonna go ahead and pause those pumps so they don't take all the water out of our little river over here, because we still want to grow food. All right, so now you guys can see the water got all dried up through there. So now we're gonna come down here, pause these 3 water pumps. We don't want to run out of water. Oh, and our potatoes started growing. We have to open this up too. See, so when the water disappears, you see how all the trees are dried out here? And then if you click on them, it says that it's drying out, but it'll die in 12.7 days. Our drought's only gonna last for another 2.5 days, so these trees will be okay. But down here at the garden, they are still wet right now, so they're still gonna grow. They would not last 12.5 days. They would all die before the drought was even expired. And then we'd have to restart the whole growing process back over again. So I tell you what I think I want to do now. We're going to start getting some buildings going here. Go ahead and connect these up with the path again too. And then we have to go into each one and tell them what we want them to store. So this one we're going to have them store the berries. This one we're going to have them store carrots. This one's gonna hold the raw potatoes, and then the grilled potatoes in the one in the backpack over here. And then I think over here what we'll do, we'll build one more storage, and we'll tell them to store the logs over here. All right, now that they got these storage buildings built, oh, they've already got some grilled potatoes in this one. These beavers can go ahead and get to work for a little while. Let's start building some more science building, some more housing, because that's going to start to play a huge role in us being able to lock items to progress a little bit faster here. We'll connect those up with a path real quick. I gotta connect the path back on this corner here too so they can walk around the circle. So if you guys click on this tab up here where it says the adults 13, children 6, we can go ahead and see where everybody's working at. So this guy here is working at the efficient farmhouse. This guy's working at the grill. And then there'll be a blank spot here if anybody is unemployed. And then right next to him you'll see the well-being number again. Plus this guy's got a 10% work speed boost, 5% movement speed boost, and 20% life expectancy. What we do want to do is start to get some more beavers again. Now that we have the food situation kind of sorted, I think we come down here and tell them to build some more houses. So they get these other science buildings built and these other houses built. That allow us to get more beavers and allow us to get our science progressing faster. Oh, nice. So as soon as morning hits here, we'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. The wet season is going to come back. So this drought's finally over, the first drought. The drought has ended, and this starts cycle 2. So now we're on the first day of cycle 2. No more drought, water coming back, which will allow these trees back here to start growing again once the water makes its way back down through this whole area. And they just about cleaned out this back area here. So as soon as they finish getting these trees up, I think what we're gonna do, clean this area out one more time real quick. Then we're gonna send them back up top over to here so they can go ahead and clean all these trees back up. We do need logs in order to keep on building. Now that the water is making its way back through here, just starting to come down now, we can go ahead and open these water pumps back up. It is going in the nighttime, but by morning the water will be fully down here. And we can start restocking our inventory back up. All right, these guys are almost finished up with this wood over here. We gotta pay attention to them. So we're gonna unlock the wooden stairs here. As you see, we need 70 science in order to unlock it. We currently have 129. And the reason being is because I need to be able to get some more wood until we can get the forester going. So you need to have a forester. If you come into this wood tab down here, you need a forester in order to plant trees and bushes. And not only does it require 60 science to unlock, which is exactly how much we have up top here, it also requires planks, which we don't currently have, and we have them by producing we get them by producing power and then providing logs to this lumber mill. This lumber mill makes planks from logs. It'll take one log and every 1.3 hours it'll turn that log into a plank. But this requires 50 horsepower. So I think we'll start looking into that over here. Let me see about, go into the power area. We put a water wheel there. Then we go into the wood area, put 2 lumber mills there, and then we grab a path, connect that all with a path. We should be able to get all that built. We just need to increase the priority on this over the 2 buildings. No, they could probably reach it from that corner. I don't think it really mattered. Oh, very nice. So they do got the power wheel in already. They're almost done with the first lumber mill. And you see this is putting out 160 horsepower. Each one of these buildings, it says it right here, requires 50 horsepower apiece. We could actually get a third one next to this if we wanted to. Well, that's good to know. If our demand for planks becomes higher, then we could slap another building next to that there. But this is only going to produce power when we're not in a drought, so we need to keep that in mind as well too. Okay, they did finish these 2 buildings. So why don't we come on over here, and if we go into this well-being tab, let's Let's go ahead and build them a few of these campfires, because as you can see, this is going to increase their social life, having a campfire over here, which is going to help with their well-being. And we could probably also build them some of these teeth grindstones. This should help with their well-being too. I'll tell you what, actually, if we put a couple rooftop terraces top of these buildings here, we could then go into this tab. This costs 100 signs to unlock. We have 155 currently. Go ahead and unlock that. We'll place these platforms in right here, set of stairs going to the back side of it, and we'll put a path right across it, and then a path leading over to the housing here. And as you can see from the rooftop terrace, this also increases their well-being for social life, and it can have up to 8 visitors at one shot. The food is looking really good now. 475 food. Currently have 2 logs in storage. That's it. That's okay. Water's doing all right, I guess. Don't know how long that would last us through a drought though. We don't have anybody working inside of these buildings. That's why we're not getting planks. Let's up the priority of at least one of them. We could do 2. We have 18 beavers available. You have guys in the water? Work in the water? Yep. Do want to keep water coming while we're in the wet season. Important the guys also are in the farmhouse, which they are. Okay. All right. These beavers have almost finished off these logs again. I think we'll send them back over here, let them collect these logs this time now. When you click on these houses, it'll actually tell you who's living inside of there and how old they are. And this house has a vacancy inside of it. That one does not. This one's completely empty. That one's full. That one's empty. That one's got 1 slot and that one's empty. So we have room to increase the amount of beavers we have. We need them to keep on populating right now though. As long as we keep increasing their well-being, it'll happen. Alright, so they do have all these teeth grindstones set up now. I think 4 might have been a little overkill, but that should be okay. Alright, let's start looking into up here. We're gonna run a path that's probably along this border right here. And then we are gonna put 2 gatherer flags up here. We are gonna tell them to cut down these trees over here now. And that should be enough to supply us until we can start growing our own trees again. They have one of the rooftop terraces in. Nice. Yeah, but it's got a little symbol here saying this building isn't connected to any district center by paths, and that's just because they haven't built the platforms yet. The platforms and the stairs here in the center. They're working on them currently. But this is good. This is going to help us go ahead and get their well-being up higher again. Check out this beaver. He's just sharpening his teeth. He's got broken teeth. So he's hanging out over here at the teeth grindstone, sharpening his teeth. It looks painful to us. It's probably very enjoyable for a beaver. All right, they are just about finishing this up here. They got a set of stairs left, and looks like they just need 2 more planks there. They should be done here pretty soon. It shows here that we actually have 2 planks in storage. So you should probably have to go gather them and bring them over here. And that's going to open all this up, and that should help increase their well-being now too. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead back over here. What I think we want to do over here now, we have to go unlock an aquatic farmhouse. That's 150 science. We have enough. We have 166. This is going to allow us to grow 2 underwater foods. Go ahead and plop that there. Run a path to it really quick. And then we're going to tell them to build a set of stairs down into the water. And on this side of the stairs, we'll grow some cattail. And on this side, we're going to grow spatterdock. And that'll allow us to cook 2 more kinds of food. Spatterdock's going to take 12 days. Cattail's going to take 8 days. In 12 more days, roughly. First, I got to get that built and get everything planted. So probably about 13 more days, 14 more days. We'll have 2 more additional foods. So if we go ahead and put another grill right there, and that gets built, you can tell them that you're going to cook grilled spatterdocks. Oh, they finished up this building over here, the aquatic farmhouse. Let's get 2 guys in there working and planting. This guy's already out in the water doing his thing. All right, we do got to look into planting trees here pretty soon. Otherwise, we are going to run out of logs. Yeah, there's still some left over here. So if we go into this tab down here, Forester's going to run a 60 science. We're okay. We have 104 right now. Go ahead and unlock that. Plop one of those right there. All right, and then we told them to go ahead and plant this whole area up here with pine. And as long as they get that going pretty soon, we should be good enough on wood for a little while. We are riding pretty low. We're only sitting at 31 at the moment. Let's go ahead and clear this area up now too. What we're gonna do, delete this, go ahead and delete this too. And then if we go into this tab here, we can tell them to demolish all these tree stubs because we're gonna plant flower here now. And these guys are already going to town. Look at how fast they're getting this all done over here already. Good. They got the forester up and built, and this guy's already out here. He's out here planting again already too. Good deal. Logs will be handled. Look, now that it's light time, look at all the beavers coming up in here and sitting on the rooftop terraces, hanging out, man, having a good time. Oh, that guy's running off now. Here comes some more. You guys worked hard today. Sit down, take a little break, enjoy yourself. You guys are doing awesome. Here's our next warning. We got a drought approaching again. It'll be here in 3 days. I think now we're gonna build 2 power wheels here. What we need to do is start getting some gears. In order to get a gear workshop, we need 100 science. We have 131. Go ahead and unlock that. And as long as these buildings are touched touching, they'll both get power. Let's just clean this up for my OCD a little bit here. All right, so now they'll get all this built. They're gonna need 100 logs, another 30 for these, plus 25 planks. We currently have 25 planks though. Gonna be a lot. I'm gonna hope those trees are growing over there where we planted. All right, these boys are just about done over here. Get these last few trees down, and we'll just send them back over by the forester. Our drought has started. We wanna come over here, make sure we pause these water pumps because we do not want this water to dry up. We have crops growing underwater, and this building's gonna lose power too. You guys are getting this on pretty well over here too. Look how close they are. This is 25% of the way built. They got both of the wheels in. The other one they have not started on yet, but that's okay. How are these guys making out over here? They got 3 of them left here to pick, so once they get these last 3, we're gonna move them back over by the forester so they can pick trees on that side. All right, they are all out of things to do. So go ahead and pause that flag, and we're gonna tell them, come on over here to this flag and to this flag. Well, since we're not getting water right now, we're gonna pause these couple of jobs. Is anybody in there? Yeah, somebody's in there too. We're gonna pause these couple of jobs, and then we're gonna go turn these flags back on. That'll tell them, come pick the trees that are up over here. As you can see, we got quite a few of them over here, and each one of these has 8. So that's 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64. There's at least 64 logs sitting here, plus a few danglers in the back. So let's tell them to go ahead and get those picked for us. See, now the water's shot up out here. I guess these guys aren't doing anything either, right? And we have all the science buildings going, so gotta keep an eye on this water. It's going down pretty quick. There's only 120 left. We still got 2.8 days left to go. Hey, what? So we're gonna build these little farmhouses right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and tell them that we want them to plant wheat all through here. Let's even get it back there in the corner too. Why not? All right, it is the final night of the drought. Our drought is gonna end here soon. And we are completely wiped out of water, so we're gonna go ahead and turn all these back on. The first thing in the morning they can get pumping. They start getting us some back on the storage, and it looks like that we want to build more storage units here before the next drought. The drought has officially ended. Here we go, cycle 3. See how they're making out over here. We can turn these buildings back on now too. All right, I tell you what, as soon as he gets that last tree down, I think we're gonna turn this area over here into a recreational area. Yeah, so the water hasn't made its way back down here yet. We need the water to come back through. It's coming, just ever so slowly. That water coming back yet? The water's still not making its way down here. Whole first day is almost over, and it's starting to make its way slowly, sitting way back there in the back. Oh, this is pretty nice. So the cattails are fully grown. Batter docks are about 75% over here in the water. They should start storing them in here, I guess. Yeah, I gotta build them a storage for that. Good, now that the water's back through here, these trees can go back to growing. And let's just take a look real quick. They're only about 40% of the way there. So that might create a little bit of a log situation. We have 112 logs left, and we're gonna have to wait a few days to get some more wood here. Only a few trees left over here. This area is empty, but if I really need to, I could probably build a little bridge over here to get to those. Yeah, this area is all cleaned out completely. So we do want to be thoughtful about where we spend these logs right now. I think what we're gonna do for the time being, go in here. Yeah, if we unlock this roof, you can come on over to their houses and tell them to build some roofs on their houses for themselves. Nice, they're starting to get these roofs done. They just need some planks, it looks like. So that's okay. We go back into decorations here. This little shrub will also help them increase their well-being, and we can just plop these on the roof, and as you can see, it covers a little 3x3 square. So each house we put it on will cover 2 houses, and if we just readjust that path, we can sneak 1 more of them in right there, and that'll cover all of them inside of their house for the well-being. I know we haven't seen much progress recently on the well-being, but this is all going to wrap up pretty quick, because once they get the roofs in, it goes up by 1. Once they get the bushes in, it goes up by 1. And then as soon as I can get the spatter docks and the flour, the wheat turned into flour, this is already halfway there. These cattails are already done, it's ready to go. And the spatter docks are at 92% of their 12 days. As soon as the rest of that gets grown, that's going to be another 3 points. We are just about there already. Like currently we are going to run out of wood though. Let me see how much this is going to cost us. 2 logs and 4 planks. Or we can wait 6 days. Alright, now that we got a lot of that figured out, let's look into getting a couple more of these buildings built. So we know we need to unlock the grist mill, and this takes 60 horsepower. This is going to turn our wheat into wheat flour and our cattail roots into cattail flour. So we need 2 of these buildings, and we also need bakeries. They don't require power though, so let's unlock these two. We have the science, 180 for that, 160 for this. So it looks like we should only need one power wheel. So let's get a water wheel going right here. And then if we tell them to build, yeah, the grist mill is the ones that requires the power. Build the grist mill there and the grist mill there. Put a higher priority on building that. Connect them both with a path. Tell you guys to focus wheat flour and you guys to focus cattail flour. And then we go back into food. How big are these bakeries? Build 2 bakeries. Tell you guys to focus bread and you guys to focus cattail crackers. And it looks like we just need a lot of planks and a lot of gears. Let's go ahead and let this run for a little bit again. And then if we come back over to this side now, that's gonna put us really close because currently our well-being is sitting at 10 and we're about to have, some of these guys are even sitting at 11. Looks like that should be all we need. That maybe some sunflower seeds? How long do sunflower seeds take to grow? Let's go check that out real quick. Sunflowers take 5 days. I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and plop a farmhouse right here. Tell them to high prioritize this thing since we're gonna be waiting on gears anyway. And we will tell them to go ahead and plant some sunflowers all through here. This is pretty easy to build too. Let's go ahead and line them up a few medical beds as well, because you know what? We're gonna make sure we're gonna hit this well-being of 15 super soon. How is our tree situation looking? Yeah, so this row over here is up at 90%, so they should be done by the end of the day. Should be okay. We were back up to 150 logs. Storage is getting pretty full, so we should be okay on logs. The planks and gears, we have 15 gears, we have 16 planks, and these buildings require 20 and 20 apiece. 2 of those buildings, and then this building is 15 on the planks and 10 on the gears. We're going to increase the priority of these right here so that they also build those medical beds a little bit faster. This is all part of the plan now. Oh, well-being already jumped up to 12. Oh yeah, we got this easy, real easy now. Come on, baby. 3 more to go. I reckon as soon as they get these buildings built, we're going to be done and out of here, if they even last that long. Yeah, they already got this building up and built, and they planted the what was it we planted over here? The sunflowers already. So they'll be ready to go in 5 days. They got the medical beds up already. This is turning out good. Every day we got a bunch of these trees popping up, chopping them down. We're still sitting at about 140, so that's pretty good. Our planks and gears, our planks just dropped from 4 back down to 0. We're sitting at 10 gears currently. And I tell you what, as soon as they get those gears and planks for one of these buildings, will be up and running already. Well-being has already increased to 13. 2 more to go. Let's get it. All right, see how they're making out over here now. Sunflowers are 98%. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this back on. So right away, go ahead and unpause that. Let's get 2 people in here. They got these 2 buildings up already. You already made, okay. Peaceful roots and flower. So as soon as we get these last 2 buildings up over here, and how they getting on with that? This guy just needs some planks, 7 planks, and that one's ready to go. And he needs 15 planks, and there's still 6 gears. As long as these guys are still in there working, yeah, the 2 planks guys, we are about to be good to go here. Here we go already. We got sunflower seeds coming in, 6 over 50. We only got 36 beavers, 33 adults and 3 children. So 50 will be enough to feed a little bit to everybody. They just need to wrap up these 2 buildings back over here. We're ready to go. First one is up and going. We're making the cattail crackers first. And he can store up to 80 of them. We still only have, now we have 36 beavers. It's more than enough. And this one basically just needs planks at this point. Yeah, the gears are in there. Well, they didn't give us the big announcement this time. I do see up here our well-being went up to 13. Some of them are already at 15, but we need the average to be 15. Look at those stats when they get to 15 though. Their work speed gets increased by 40%. That's amazing. Run speed's up by 15%. And then life expectancy is up 20%. And it would go up to 40 in just 2 more levels. Those are great perks. Tell you what, we're even gonna put a little icing on the cake here. Go ahead and unlock a lantern. How are they getting on over here? They got 4 of the planks. So we shouldn't need any more gears. I can pause these gear guys. And that should free up our planks a lot faster. But not taking them to go make gears. Well-being has now jumped up to 14. 1 more, baby, 1 more. Let's go. There you have it already. Well-being sitting at 15. We didn't even get this last building done yet. And this would have cranked it up another 2 for people. And then the bonus with the lanterns would have been another 1, so we would have hit 17 easily. But like we said, we set ourselves out a goal to get 15. Now we have the iron teeth unlocked. We are going to go make a whole series on the iron teeth. And by the time you guys watch this video, there's probably already going to be some live streams of it out. So go ahead and go check out the live streams if you want to see what's happening in that series. We will have videos of that coming out in the future past that too as well. And like I said, we set ourselves a goal. We went and achieved it. Thank you all for watching the video. If you made it in this far, please go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps out with the algorithm. And until next time, peace, love, and happiness, y'all. There's a drought approaching!